fuck going on YouTube? Sorry for cussing. But it's World War motherfucking 3, bro. What the My ass just got out of Muay Thai. My hair look crazy. There we go. I have the minor anchor, you feel me? You get me? Minor anchor. My shorty said, bro, why do y'all hair be like that? So you wear a hat. Cuz. That's why, baby. Cuz. No crip. Cuz. I'm trying to send this shit to everybody. Comment some shit, bro. I sent this shit to fucking like 10 people, and each one, the link fucking got corrupted by Instagram or some shit. Now I gotta unsend the motherfucking link and resend the shit, bro. It's retarded. There we go. Unsend again. I don't know why this shit not letting me share it, bro, but it's cool. At least I sent the link to motherfuckers. Like, motherfuckers know. Send this shit to like 30 motherfucking people, bro. You hear all that motherfucking typing, bro? That's me typing at everybody, telling these motherfuckers to join this shit. If you in the live, bro, drop a like. Drop the like so YouTube pushes me further, for real. Motherfucker, I'm streaming during World War III. for the chat to go. Start moving, bruh. I'm waiting for the chat ski. Yeah, it just started getting dark. It just started getting dark. I thought I was like clouding out or some shit. Gonna pass out on live. Damn. Send this shit to like 30 motherfuckers, bruh. No, this lighting be tripping me out, bro. Like, if I was on shrooms or some shit, I would be like, what the fuck? I at least gotta get like one view. That's my goal tonight. One view, bro. Just one view. We finna watch some World War III ass shit, bruh. Damn, I got 4 motherfucking viewers, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Inside of the res projects, bro, look at this. Inside of the motherfucking res projects. Should we watch that? We could watch inside the res projects. Or we can watch we could react to Kai reacting to Mr. Beast, bro. Comment in the comments what we should react to. And I ain't finna call y'all chat. Y'all the bros, y'all the gang. I'm not gonna be like, chat, do this, chat. Oh, thank you, chat. Nah, bro, y'all real humans. And I ain't shitting on this motherfuckers yet, bro. Let them call you chat. I just don't want to get in the habit of that shit. I don't want to get in the habit of calling motherfuckers chat because I'm finna be on vlogs and be like, chat. That shit NPC vibes, bro. Only motherfuckers who created chat and calling people chat can call people chat. I can't. We could watch some motherfucking World War 3 shit since we in World War 3, streaming this motherfucker, bro. That's W, bro. I got 1 viewer. That motherfucker's left. Damn. Nah, that's cool. It's cool, bro. 2 views. Hey, 1 came back. Shout out you, bro. Whatever your name is, whoever you is. For now, I'm just guessing. You could be my brother for real. But until your ass comment something, I don't know who you is, bro. Comment something. And make sure to like the video. That way YouTube pushes my shit. Cause if not, I'm gonna be sitting here off of 1 view all night. But it's cool. It's just the start of this shit, so 1 view is cool. 1 view is better than not starting. Little Earth. Reservation projects. It's not on the res, it's in the city.
So why use Grammarly over ChatGPT? Well, Grammarly offers expert writing suggestions.
Our families got raided. I get a knock on my door, see a bunch of military-style guns.
It's kind of scary, like gunshots here.
How often does someone hear gunshots here? And every other night, maybe.
They executed him in the parking lot over here.
Shortly after that, a 911 call came in about a shooting in that area. Officers located a 13-year-old boy in a yard who had been shot in the head.
Be little ass motherfuckers with like guns and shit, like 12, 11 years old and shit, running around with guns and shit.
Let's cover how the Little Earth Housing Project came to be. The Indian Relocation Act of 1956 was signed into law, and the intent of the bill was to encourage natives to leave the reservations, go into the cities, and quote, assimilate into society. When this was signed into law, thousands of natives flocked from the reservations to the cities under the promise of a good paying job and economic mobility. Many natives from Midwestern tribes, like the Lakota for example, relocated to the city of Minneapolis. These folks were paid to leave their reservation, but once they got to the city, they found themselves cut off from the support system of family and community that their reservation had provided. In 1973, the Little Earth Project was founded as a response to the housing discrimination that many natives faced. Although not officially a reservation, the 90% native population of Little Earth lead many to perceive it as such. The nearly 2.5 square mile of housing project is home to 1,500 people, and over 39 different tribes are represented in this population. This is a place of yin and yang in which it has both a very tight-knit community, but also frequent violence and chaos. The instability is not surprising when you consider the high rates of unemployment, alcoholism, and the fact that 94% of the population is living under the poverty line. Today, we go boots on the ground on Little Earth, the only native housing project in the U.S., and we move through the neighborhood, talk through the
Real motherfucking res trenches, oh God.
This window got shot up right here with the
These motherfuckers in the trenches.
shotgun.
This is how easy you get alcohol in this. Watch.
Hey. Can I get two?
Two water bottles?
Yeah. In the nighttime, it's when it's scary.
So when the sun goes down, we should get out of here?
Yeah. Everyone comes out.
It isn't unusual at all to hear gunshots in some areas of the Pine Ridge Reservation.
We're seeing an all-time high of violence and drug trafficking like we've never seen before.
Have you had to use that before?
Yup.
On a person?
Yup.
I probably can't ask any more questions than that, huh?
No.
So tell me about the process of flipping this into pints. How does that work?
One water bottle will equal up to this much.
So we're okay.
What would you say, 20 for at least one?
No, thank you. Do you hear me? On this channel, we've traveled far and wide to the roughest places in the United States. Of all the places we've gone, Pine Ridge Reservation may very well be the roughest place we've ever been. The stats here paint a remarkably bleak picture. Here, there's a 90% unemployment rate, there's an 80% rate of alcoholism, a 70% high school dropout rate, and nearly half the population has diabetes. There are no banks, no motels, no movie theaters, and there's only one moderately sized grocery store to support a population of nearly 20,000 people that stretch across 3,500 square miles. On this reservation, a third of the homes have no electricity or a basic water and sewage system. The utter lack of industry and commercial activity leave the residents almost no options for employment. With an average annual per capita income of $3,000, this is the poorest place in America. And despite this, you find people here that are striving to make a difference. There's a skate park that promotes sober living and gives the kids a safe place to go. There's a principal that wants to show her students love and support. There's people battling to preserve the culture and teach the kid their native tongue and traditions. It's a place with great challenges, but it also has a lot of resilience and character. Today, we cover the yin and yang of Pine Ridge, we examine history to see how these conditions came to be, and we talk to community leaders to see what the way forward is. Let's get started. Folks, we are on the outskirts of the Pine Ridge Reservation, one of the most notorious reservations in the country. It feels like we're on another planet. We just passed through the beautiful, remote Badlands, and now we're in this rural hill country. This was ground zero for some of the Native American struggle against the U.S. government. This is a place that still has a lot of roots into their history. They still speak Lakota. They still have sun dances. They still have a lot of the ceremonies that have guided their culture for years. But, as you can see, 2 ambulances passing by. This is also a place that struggles with a lot. Alcohol addiction, meth addiction, high rates of diabetes and obesity. This is arguably the most impoverished place in the country. Incarceration, somewhere between 7 out of 10.
Oh God, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. We ain't finna react to shit, bro. We just gonna talk. So y'all gotta say some shit to me.
Through Rula, it's
Fuck that. We not reacting to nothing. We talking, bro. Ask me some questions. Ask me about the res. And if you on the res right now, tell these motherfuckers about the res. The res is the most interesting place in the world. And motherfuckers don't realize that shit. That shit's like a gold mine. Like, I remember moving to America and being like, fuck, I gotta learn how to be modern and hang out with these motherfuckers from the hood and just fit in there. But now That's fire. That's fire as fuck.
Striving to make a difference. There's a skate park that promotes sober living and gives the kids a safe place to go. There's a principal that wants to show her students love and support. There's people battling to preserve the culture and teach the kids their native tongue and traditions. It's a place with great challenges, but it also has a lot of resilience and character. Today, we cover the yin and yang of Pine Ridge. We examine history to see how they be. We talk to community leaders to see what the way forward is. Let's get started.
Y'all gotta say something. Finally, bruh. Three views in this motherfucker. Someone broke the ice. Now comment. What y'all wanna know? What y'all wanna learn, bruh? The chat working, bruh. Say something. Let me say something. Tell me your craziest motherfucking drunk story. And write it in a sentence. Tell me what happened. Craziest drunk story where you were lit as fuck and this crazy shit happened. And then I'll tell y'all mine, but you gotta tell me y'all's first. And type it in a sentence, bro. My craziest fucking drunk story where I was lit is I don't know if I was drunk or not, or if I was even lit. Maybe I was just like stoned, smoking weed and shit with the bros. But you know, I'm from the motherfucking res. There's like 3 different reses where I'm from. There's fucking Iskut, where I'm from, D-Slake, where my cousins are from, and Telegraph. Never really went to Telegraph like that. I remember when I was a kid I would, but like Telegraph was boring as fuck. But I would go to D-Slake to hang out with my brothers like Delaney, Colton, Shell, all my bros. And them motherfuckers was wild. They had like trucks and shit when they was like 13, 14, bro. And they would rebuild these little ass trucks and they would take them into the fucking mountains. And they would just, cause they were so small, the trucks, they would drive them down like trails and shit and go to this place called Gold Camp. Gold Camp? No, that's here. What the fuck is it called? Gold Pan. They would go to Gold Pan and they would take these little ass trucks. Anyways, we went up there one day and they had their trucks. And me and Colton, my brother, were on the 4-wheeler and we was driving, bruh. And my cousin Delaney was in his truck in front of us, and he stopped at a mud hole, and we came around the corner, and immediately Colton slammed on his brakes because he was like, fuck, this motherfucker's gonna throw mud at us and just cover us in mud, so he slammed on his brakes. The shit was muddy, so we kind of slid, and then we stopped, and we were like, fuck. And as soon as he went to as soon as Delaney went to not burn his tires, but go crazy with his tires and spit mud on us, I turn around, and this motherfucker Shale comes flying around the corner in his truck, and the shit is muddy, so he like slams on his brakes, but it's muddy, so and he's in a truck, and this motherfucker is like flying and hits us on the four-wheeler, bruh. And I saw this shit like last minute. If I didn't see it, bruh, I probably would have broke my back. But I like turned around last minute, and I saw this motherfucker coming straight at us in his truck, like boom, and he hit us. And before he hit us, I saw him coming, so I just grabbed onto this handlebars, because me and Colter were doubling on this four-wheeler. No Diddy, that's my brother. But we were doubling on this four-wheeler, so I grabbed on the fucking handlebars. And I prepared, because this motherfucker's about to hit the fuck out of us in his truck. And I like pull forward, and then he fucking hits us so hard, like I couldn't even hold forward. It was just like my shit just fucking went like that. It was like boom, he hit the fuck out of us on a four-wheeler. And that shit hit like 3 inches from my spine, bruh. And I didn't break my back, I didn't break my hip bone. But after that shit happened, I fucking jumped off the four-wheeler like, what the fuck? Cause he hit us so hard. Like, it was just adrenaline. And then they all hopped out, everybody was freaking out, and I walked behind the truck, and I was standing there, but I was in so much pain, I was like, what the fuck? And then I walked over to the bushes and grabbed the bushes to try to stay standing up, and then everything just started getting white. And I thought I was motherfucking dying, bro. I was like tripping out, and everybody's screaming, and my sister Tiana's like punching Shale, and Shale's like, I didn't know what the fuck, that's not my fault, like, I'm sorry. And Delaney's like, damn, did I cause that shit? Because I stopped, and they wouldn't stop if I didn't stop. Everybody's freaking out, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, please. Because I thought I was like finna pass out and die, bro. I didn't know if I broke my back or what. I know I got hit hard as fuck by this truck. And I stood there and just closed my eyes, and it was like, no, bruh, no. And then my vision started coming back. And when I started coming back, it was like stars everywhere. Like, you know when motherfuckers get hit on cartoons and there's like stars going around? Type shit. But it was like stars everywhere, and I was like, what the fuck, bruh? And I was tripping. I was like, no. And I was like, no, we all the way in the mountain. And I low-key thought I broke something, but I was able to kind of like limp and walk, so I limped and walked over to Delaney's truck, and they're like, ride with us, bro, because I could not ride on that four-wheeler. I got hit so hard. And I got hit so motherfucking hard that I just was like praying in that truck, like, please don't have any broken bones. I could barely even sit down. I had to like sit on my fucking left ass cheek because my right was just like in so much pain. And by the time I got back to D-Slake, I live on the res, bro, so everything was spread everywhere. Everybody knew about that shit. And then I got back to Iskut. But my grandma and my mom rushed over to D-Slake. But by that time I was already in Iskut. And I don't remember this part. There's like a blur between that shit. And then they fucking found Shale. We're gonna call the cops on you and all that shit. And I'm like, bro, that's my fucking brother. Calm your ass down. I'm pretty sure he didn't intentionally be like, oh, I'm gonna bump Reimer. This is perfect timing to bump Reimer. And like hit the gas and fucking bump me. So I was like, y'all need to calm the fuck down, bro. Shale is my brother. Like, y'all aren't gonna press charges on him. Like, that's my bro. And y'all ain't gonna get him in trouble. And I'm not talking to the fucking cops. They're like, oh, you wanna give a statement? Hell no, that's my brother. So I went to fucking Iskut, and I remember walking down the street, like, I was like limping. My shit was fucked up. And they pulled up on me, yelling at me, and mad as fuck at me. I'm like, why y'all mad at me for? I'm the one that got bumped. I didn't bump anybody. And they're cussing me out, like, you're fucking stupid. You shouldn't be doing dangerous things. Go to the clinic. And I'm like, bruh, I'm fine. Because I remember going, I think I might have went to the hospital in D-Slake. Or the clinic. Or the hospital. In Iskut, there's no motherfucking hospital. That's at the clinic. And I think in D-Slake, it's the clinic too. So I went to that shit, and they're like, are you good? You're good, you're good. But that shit was like that far from my fucking spine, bro. That shit was crazy. And that was my craziest I'm stoned as fuck story. I don't think I was drunk. I maybe had a couple drinks, but I know I was fucking stoned. And that was crazy, bro. What a crazy experience. I got bumped in the middle of the motherfucking woods. And another crazy story from when I was stoned. This is why I don't smoke weed like that no more, bro. I try not to smoke weed like that. Weed's fucking a hell of a drug. And Rick James quote. Well, he said cocaine, but weed is a hell of a motherfucking drug for me, bruh. And I got coke stories. I got all these motherfucking stories, bruh. But another crazy weed story is I was going hunting, and on the res, you gotta hunt for your fucking food, bruh. So I went hunting. There's a place called Copan where every family goes hunting that's from Iska. Like, Copan is like fucking the motherland type shit. And I was driving up there with my uncle Dustin, and we were getting stoned and shit. And his ass smoked crazy. Like, it's so different from Colorado, and it's so different they call fucking Coloradoing it when you don't pass the joint. But they smoke like pass it, you do it, pass it, and it just goes around in a circle like that. I feel like that shit gets you more fucked up than just sitting there smoking it. But anyways, we got high as fuck and stoned, and we continued going down this trail. It's like a 4-hour drive into the mountains on this fucking old railroad trail thing. And we're obviously got our guns and all of that, our camping shit, like we're hunting, and we're gonna stay up there too. Anyways, we were driving, and I was driving on the 4-wheeler stoned as fuck, and I just started thinking of like scenarios in my head, and those scenarios turned into more scenarios, and then that shit turned into like a daydream, and I was like daydreaming of the shit in my head, and then I fell asleep and it was like actually dreaming. I was like in that fucking dream state, like where I was dreaming this shit, and then I just wake up to crash in this 4-wheeler, bruh. And I'll like, when I wake up, I just like see the ground and everything's like moving fast, my gun's like flying this way, and I'm like, no, please don't fucking break. Thank God it didn't, because that gun was passed down like generations and generations and generations, bruh. But that shit didn't break, thank fucking God. And then I like, the crash stopped, and I was like, what the fuck, bruh? Like, I went from daydreaming to real dreaming while driving. That was fucking scary, bruh. And there's like a big ass river, like with currents that are like this and shit. Like right on the other side of the trees. If it was like 5 minutes before, I would have drove my ass in the river and lost all that shit. And I could have drowned, but I don't know. I'm a motherfucking good swimmer, you dig? What's another situation, bruh? What y'all wanna hear? You wanna hear the coke stories? You wanna hear the weed stories, the shroom stories, bruh? And that might sound like I'm like I be off the drugs and shit, but I'm really not. I just have all these experiences, bruh. Like, I don't do drugs like that. I'm a good influence on God. Motherfucker don't even be drinking anymore. But I was wilding out. I got Adderall stories. One time on the res, when I had to go back to school on the res because I dropped out of school here because I fucking sucked. I was like, I'm gonna try one more time to graduate. So I went back to the res because I thought it was easier. But it was easier, I just fucking suck at school, bruh. And I was fucking, oh, so I had an Adderall prescription down here because I had ADHD, but I just said I had ADHD because I wanted Adderall. So anyways, I went to the military base, and I told them, like, I'm moving to Canada to finish school, and I'm going to be in Canada for the next year, so I need Adderall to last me, like, the whole school year. And they gave me, like, fucking 200 pills of Adderall, and, like, another 200 of instant release Adderall. And that shit was, like, blue. So, like, you crush it up, and it's, like, dark blue, bro, like, dark blue. And me and my bros would just crush that shit up all the time. And this is when we was young as fuck, too. So, like, if my aunties and uncles, well, I'm not even gonna say their names, but my bro, my best bro, and if you know me, you know who my best bro is in Iska. Like that, me and him like that. And then my other bro, which is younger than us, I introduced these motherfuckers to Adderall. I was like, snort this shit. So we would just get drunk and just snort Adderall and be geeked out all night, bro. Stay up all night, partying all night, being able to drink nonstop. Because that shit makes you so sober and tweak. Like, that shit is like fucking medical meth for ADHD kids. Anyways, we snorted so much of the instant release ones, which are like the blue ones, that I woke up in the morning because we stayed up like all fucking night, maybe even like 2 days, just turning up. And I woke up after drinking in the morning, like in the morning after drinking all that time, and I like turn over and I look at Waylon. Oh, I wasn't even supposed to say his name, but I guess you know. That's my best fucking bro. And Colton too. That's my best bro. Anyways, act like I didn't say that shit. Anyways, bro, this motherfucker, I looked at Waylon because my Uncle Fabian was outside, and I look at Waylon, and he's like waking up, like, oh, and I look at him, and this motherfucker has blue all over his face from the Adderall, like blue, dark ass blue, and I was like, bruh, go wash your fucking face real quick, or spit on this and like rub it on your face. And he did, and he like wiped it all off. And then my other homie, Joe, I don't give a fuck anymore, I'm just gonna say the name, Lil Joe, he fucking left. And I was like, bruh, this motherfucker went home. This motherfucker left and went home. And he probably walked in his house with all this blue shit all over his nose. And his face. And that was one of the funniest Adderall stories. Now I have a shroom story that tripped me the fuck out, bruh. One time, I took shrooms, and my brother Colton came over, and he brought all this alcohol in his truck. And he was like, we fucking turning up this weekend, bro. Like, we going crazy. So, like, I was like, I'm gonna buy shrooms, and we gonna take shrooms. You know how to take shrooms, bro? It's like, hell yeah. Little did I know this motherfucker was gonna do coke and take shrooms and drink alcohol, and I was like, bruh. And I'm chilling with my sister Brianna, R.I.P. Bree. I was chilling with my sister Brianna, tripping out, like laughing my ass off at Waylon's house, because Waylon and Bree were neighbors, and we're chilling in Waylon's house, and we're just laughing our ass off. And then we hear Colton come in, and he's just laughing his ass off. And Colton's laugh is like contagious as fuck, bro. You hear Colton laugh, you have to laugh, because you're like, bruh, this motherfucker's laugh is so contagious. And he'll just laugh at nothing, and it'll be funny. But anyways, he comes in, and this motherfucker was doing coke next door with Bree's brother, and he took shrooms with me. Like, I ate the shrooms, and he was drinking vodka, and I'm like, no, bro. And he's like, I'm about to go take the dirt bike home, bro. And I was like, no, don't take the fucking dirt bike. You're fucked up, bro. Do not take the dirt bike. And he was like, bro, I'll be right back. It's just across the creek. I'm gonna take the dirt bike home. Because in Iska, there's like the north side of the rest and the south side, and it's separated by a creek, and it's across the bridge. The motherfucker said, I'm just going across the bridge back to the house and take my dirt bike home so I could turn up more. And I'm like, no, bro, you are fucking lit. So I followed him outside, and he's like, I'm going anyways, bro. And he's at his dirt bike, and I'm holding the steering wheel, like the handlebars, like, bro, don't fucking take your dirt bike. Let me take it. And it's to the point where this motherfucker's like, get the fuck off me, bro. Like, getting mad. I'm like, alright, I'm not gonna fight Colton, because Colton's Colton's hands are like this fucking big, bro. Motherfucker's hands are like this big. Like, Colton's a man's man. So I'm like, I'm not gonna fight this motherfucker. So I'm like, alright, bro, you can take your shit. I'm just tripping. Don't drive crazy as fuck. I'm gonna follow behind you on the 4-wheeler. I'm gonna drive slow. Don't drive crazy, bro. Please. Like, I'm tripping right now. You're tripping. And he's like, alright, bro, I won't. I got you. I promise. And I'm like, you promise? He's like, I promise, bro. And I'm like, okay. So he fucking kickstarts his shit. He's having a hard time because he's so lit on shrooms and coke and alcohol. And this motherfucker starts his shit and just takes off. And I'm like, this motherfucker, bro, why are you doing this? So I start the four-wheeler and follow him, and I'm like driving slow because I'm tripping on shrooms. And he's driving down the fucking res road like, brah, 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 like driving like that. And I'm like, no, Colton, what the fuck are you doing, bro? And this motherfucker just takes off fast as fuck. And then you just see this pile of dust like a cartoon, bro. And I'm like, no, this retard, bro, why would you do this? So I race to the pile of dust, and this motherfucker is laying in the ditch in front of this fucking ex-girlfriend's crib, and the dirt bike's like, yeah, like, cause when the dirt bike handle, the throttle's on the handlebar, so that shit fell over and it was like twisted, so it's just like spinning crazy, just like, yeah, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck, and I'm on shrooms, and this motherfucker's laying there, and I think is dead pretty much, cause he's not moving, and the dirt bike is so loud that I can't hear him, so I run over there, turn the dirt bike off, and he's laying there, and he's like, and I'm on shrooms, bro, and his girl runs out, and she's like freaking out, and I'm like, bruh, we need to get him back to the house because he's on shrooms. I'm on shrooms, like, help me, Bree, please. And she is like, alright, I'll take his dirt bike. And then I was like, bro, get on the four-wheeler, please. So he got on the four-wheeler. I had to help him up, and he was just fucked up. Like, he was walking like, and I put him on the dirt bike, the four-wheeler, and we drove back to my house across the creek, and I'm driving slow as fuck because I'm high on shrooms, and I'm like, this motherfucker just crashed. And then I take him inside and lay him in bed because he's so fucked up, and I take all his clothes off, no diddy, just like his shirt, his fucking pants, because this motherfucker was so fucked up, and I lay him in my bed like, bruh, just lay down and relax, like, you're good, you're at the crib now, like, just chill. He's like, it's still like fucked up, like, anyways, bruh, this motherfucker is tripping still, and he's still high, and he's still drunk, and I'm like, I think it's all over. I go downstairs and I'm like, what the fuck? My sister Brianna was there, and I'm like, Brie, that shit was crazy, sis. Like, what the fuck? And somehow everybody ended up at my house. Like, Waylon, everybody. Ashton, everybody ended up at my house. And we were all chilling there. And we were chilling in the basement. Like, that's the chill spot. We'll smoke weed down there, fucking play video games and shit. But I was just so tripped out by the situation because I was fucking on shrooms. So I'm like trying to calm down. And I finally get calm because Bree, my sister Bree, is like, bro, he's alive. He's upstairs right now. He's just fucked up. Like, he's not dead. He's okay. So you need to stop fucking tripping. And I'm like, alright, thank you, sis. You're right. So I fucking, my ass like calms down type shit. And I'm like starting to enjoy the trip. I start laughing. And then I hear my grandma talking upstairs. And I'm like, wait, shh. And I listen, and she's talking to Colton, and Colton's walking around upstairs, and she's like, are you good? And he's like, I'm good, Auntie, yeah, I'm good. And she's like, are you sure you're good? Like, you just got in an accident. He's like, no, I didn't, I'm good, Auntie. And he comes downstairs, and no, he was, so I laid him in the bed, and on the sheets he had all these cuts on his back. So he said he got crisp, like, the shit scabbed to the blanket. And when he was getting up, it was like ripping off his fucking scabs, and he was like, ah! And then my grandma came, and that's when they were talking. He was like, no, I'm good, Auntie, I'm good. And then he comes downstairs with new clothes on, and I'm like, he's like, holy fuck, bruh, y'all are having a party without me? Who bought all this alcohol? And this motherfucker bought the alcohol. And then he walks over to the alcohol and takes a picture of it. And then he looks over, and then his hoodie is sitting on the fucking freezer downstairs. And he grabs his hoodie and he's like, what the fuck? What did you guys do last night, bruh? And y'all turned up crazy. That's crazy. And then he throws it down. And then he walks over to us and is like, what you guys doing? And then we're like, we're just chilling, bro. He's like, hell yeah, I'll be right back. And he'll go upstairs, go to my room, and then walk out and repeat that same thing like 20 times. He'd go to my grandma and he'll be like, she'd be like, are you good, Colton? And he's like, yeah, I'm good, auntie. Like, I'm good, don't worry. And he'll walk downstairs, fucking see the alcohol, and be like, what the fuck, y'all turning up? Who bought all this alcohol? This motherfucker bought the alcohol. And then he goes to his hoodie and he's like, what the fuck, y'all really turned up last night? And then puts it down and be like, what are y'all doing? And then he'll be like, wait, I'll be right back. And he'll go upstairs and do this shit 20 fucking times, bruh. And by the 10th time, I'm sitting by Brianna and I'm like, sis, am I okay? Like, did I get in an accident? Is this shit repeating in my head, or is he repeating the same thing over and over again? And she's like, nah, bro, he's repeating the same shit over and over again. He's tripping. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, I gotta get out of here, sis. So we went and sat outside. And I'm sitting there with Waylon, my sister Bree, Colton's ex Bree. And those are two different Brees. And I'm sitting there like, damn, bruh. That shit was fucking crazy. Cause I could still hear Colton repeating the cycle upstairs. He'd walk down and by like the 10th time, my grandma was like, you're not okay, Colton. What, like, are you, like, what's going on? And it's like, no, I'm good, auntie. And then he comes downstairs and does the same shit. And I could hear it going on inside, but I'm outside with Bree. And Bree's like, calm down, bro. He's just high on shrooms. Like, you're okay. He's alive. Everything's good. You're alive. You're not tripping. You're not stuck in a cycle. He is. And I'm like, still tripping because the Colton's my brother. But anyways, he stops doing it and then he like goes to sleep. And I'm like, oh, thank God. And then I'm like chilling outside because I don't want to go back inside. And then I just see fucking a bunch of mice crawling everywhere, and I'm terrified of mice, bruh. And I'm like, oh fuck no! So I just jump up, and everybody like freaks out because they don't know why I just said oh fuck no and jumped up, and I just run inside because I'm like at the basement door. So I just jump up on the stairs, run to the bottom, and run inside the door, and I'm like, come on, come on, come on! And they're freaking out like, what the fuck? And I like slam the door. And Colton's ex, Bree, was still outside, and I like slammed the door on her, and she's freaking out. She's like, what the fuck is going on? And they get inside, and they're like, Bree's outside. And I'm like, fuck. So I open the door, and I'm like, come on. And I slam the door, and they're like, what's going on, bro? And I'm like, there's fucking mice everywhere out there. And they're like, bro, there's no fucking mice out here. And that was the craziest shroom trip I've ever had in my life, bro. Like, that was the most scariest, most weirdest, most trippiest, most fucking plot twist is, bro. And all that shit started because I just wanted to turn up with my brothers. But anyways, it's motherfucking 12:14 in this bitch, bro. Your ass need to go to sleep. My ass need to go to sleep. I told myself I was gonna stream at 9, but I had Muay Thai, bro. But now that I'm done with Muay Thai, I had to get that little stream in because I'm trying to stay on my word, bro. If I say I'm gonna do some shit, I'm gonna do that shit. I can't be like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow because I said I was gonna fucking do it tonight. And I'd rather do it tonight 2 hours late than fucking not do it at all. And y'all got some Res Entertainment, bro. That was some Res Kid ass story shit, bro. That was like crazy. That shit actually happened. That shit actually fucking happened. And I got stories galore, bruh. So, fucking like this stream, bruh. Like my videos. Watch this shit all the way through, too. Because if you don't watch my streams all the way through, you would never get to this point where you just got this crazy ass story. Story time. Rhymer story time, bruh. Rhymer and you live story time, bruh. But my ass gotta go to sleep now. I gotta wake up early as fuck and make some money. Make more money. Work on my business. What I gotta work on this movie that I've been working on with Ralphie motherfucking Sway. That's my twin.